Hello world, hello friends, welcome back to another devlog for Rainy Day, a casual mobile game about financial literacy that is coming soon. So last devlog I introduced a daily reward system that I've implemented for the game, and ever since then I've been having internal conflict. I've tried expressing it, but I just can't put Rainy Day out in the market having a pretty manipulative feature. It just doesn't feel right, so I got rid of it and stuck with ideas that is in theme with the real content of the game. And I've also capped the daily hour round of gameplay limit to 4 instead of 8. I feel that this is a good balanced number that can be casually achieved by everyone while going about their lives. Tons of features have been added, but I will start with the general upgrade feature. This provides more content that I generally want to encourage players to engage with besides just the stock investing feature outside of the core gameplay. It's essentially another form of investment that players can set themselves up with for future success. The current upgrades offered are number 1, the increased potential value earned per hour. By default, it starts at 60 and can be maxed out to 140. The keyword is potential, as they will still have to work with stacking objects to get up to that certain value. And with more objects to try and stack, physics says that it gets even more hard to keep the stack stable. Number 2, the increased value multiplier per object. By default, objects have values of 1, 2, or 3 with upgrades to max their values to 4, 8, and 12. This balances out the new difficulty curve introduced by the increased value per hour upgrade when it gets unlocked. And by designing the player's overall score to be equivalent to their total in-game currency, I'm hoping to exercise their ability to think long-term with this upgrade feature. With an upgrade, they will quote-unquote lose for a short little bit and win later on. So giving 4 attempts daily for players to earn as much as they actively can makes those 4 attempts valuable, but I'm hoping to alleviate frustrations from misplay and other unexpected things by having a retry hour feature. This feature opens a design opportunity to exercise the player's financial resiliency, as it will be something that would be nice to have but is ultimately not needed, much like the change background feature. And hoping to live off of the things I create someday, it also opens an opportunity for me to utilize rewarded ads with the retry feature. With a little patience of watching an ad, players can restart an hour for free, making buying the retry feature more pointless to buy. This is one of those things that I don't feel completely good implementing in the game, but I really want my creations to pay all my other creations someday, and it's just another step towards achieving that dream. And to make me feel better about this decision, it's not a feature a player can abuse repeatedly to try and get a perfect hour. It's a one-time thing per hour, and players will have the choice of getting this reward. Moving on, there's then the sweet Microsoft Azure backend service that Rainy Day is now connected to. With this, all players will now have similar stock movements and make it so much more convenient for making little dynamic changes without having to push out an update. Also, this means a cross-platform leaderboard for the game. This leaderboard will be a social motivator for players to improve their score and hopefully make the financial literacy content design more gamey and fun. I will be cautious with how and when I display the leaderboard, because its message of the richest player or richest looking player wins is not a message I want for the game. I recently finished reading a book called The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, and the message I want for the book is pretty much quoted from how the author sees finance, and it goes like this: no matter how we save or invest, I'm sure we'll always have the goal of independence and whatever maximizes for sleeping well at night. So I guess where I'm trying to get to is to design the game focusing on the personal aspects like their progression in the game rather than the leaderboard, although it will be a strong external motivator for the players. Which brings me into the last feature I added, which are the bonuses. These bonuses have different rewards and requirements to earn those rewards, but they generally are 1 out of 3 types. Number 1, earn a certain amount of points in an hour. 2, earn a total amount of coins, just in general. And number 3, deposit earnings gained in an hour for a certain number of times. These hopefully even the odds in focusing players on their personal journey, even for just a little bit, when compared against their position on the leaderboard. As usual, subscribe on here or on the preferred media in my link tree down in the description to stay updated. If you're ever interested in having your name forever embedded in the startup screen of the game, consider doing a top donation subscription tier on my website. Anything helps, so even a free subscription on there is huge, and you will be emailed a link to beta test Rainy Day once it's available. Thank you for tuning in, and special thank you shout out to my website supporters who donated in December. Thank you, Laura Milligan.